Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. Today we're going to do a no spoilers review of the new movie Brightburn. So let's get into it. So Brightburn is a new independent horror superhero-esque movie created by a lot of the Gunn family, and I mean James Gunn's family. James Gunn himself produced this, and one of his brothers and one of his cousins wrote the movie. The director's name escapes me, but this was pretty much their idea that they've had in their minds and on the page for about 2 years now. And I'm just, as a creator, as someone who enjoys writing and would love to work on movies someday, the fact that they got this independent project made from just a literal idea based off a totally new IP, if you want to call it that, with nothing existing before it, it really made me happy. And that alone should make you want to go check it out, because it is an original movie. And people are always like, there's too many sequels and remakes and all that stuff. Well, here's an original movie, and it's as pure of an original movie as you're going to get. Anyway, getting to the actual talk of the movie here. It's not great, but it's good. I found it to just be good at best. I don't like horror movies one bit, but I do like superhero movies. And the trailers for this movie bridge that nice gap before they have some gritty, this is pretty bright, excuse me, some gritty, bloody, gory action mixed in with some suspense and some mystery, kind of making that bridge between horror and, like science fiction superhero stuff. So I like it. I like that. This is my cap on the horror genre. Yeah, as I said, it is good. It's not great. I think this will be known as one of those movies where the premise is better than the actual execution of the movie. Not necessarily the trailer is better than the movie, but just the idea behind this movie. I think on paper that sounds really good. Where it's almost like an evil Superman, where this alien spaceship crashes in a Kansas home out in the woods, and it has a young infant alien boy in there who, when he's on Earth, he has incredible superpowers like the ability to fly and incredible strength and heat vision. It is quite literally an evil take on Superman without being attached to the DC brand or name. And again, I think that idea is really cool, because I don't think DC would ever make that kind of movie. And the fact that James Gunn and family just decided to go make it for, like $5 million or whatever, which is like pocket change in the world of Hollywood, is really awesome. And it's not necessarily that the budget shows. In fact, it really doesn't. They have some good special effects in this movie for a particularly low budget, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but I wanted more out of this. They really sell you on the horror aspects of this movie more than the superhero side of it, which I like and I appreciate and I understand why. However, I think it was too mysterious and almost too suspenseful, to the point of it not being suspenseful, and I'll explain that, but it almost felt like it was trying to be suspenseful all the time, or at least for a good chunk of the movie, and when you can almost notice the movie being suspenseful or trying to be suspenseful, it takes you out of it, and you're like, oh, this is supposed to be a scary moment. And I did jump a few times. Granted, they are jump scares, but I did jump a few times. So I mean that there is horror aspects to this movie. So if you are a horror fan, you should check this out, because it is up your alley. It is just kind of like a diet horror movie, if that helps any. I wanted more. I didn't necessarily want much action, because I knew we wouldn't really be getting any, because it's the mystery and how does the world react to this. I mean, and figuring out this kid. They don't know if he's impervious to anything, or if something can defeat him. The world's just discovering him, so it's not like there's going to be like a good Brightburn to battle him. No, it's this kid figuring out that he's special and unique, and him deciding to use his abilities for different manners, which I really liked. And this movie does have some pretty interesting sequences once the kid figures out his powers. However, the movie does kind of handhold the audience to the point where it moves along pretty slowly, and again, I think that kind of stems from the movie trying to be so suspenseful and mysterious that it can kind of lose you at times, because this movie, it takes a little bit to get going. At least it felt like it did, and then some stuff happens, and then it takes a little longer to get stuff going, and then some more stuff happens, and it's just kind of this repetitive cycle of like, ooh, and none of it's necessarily bad. It's just I wanted more of a forward narrative, in a sense, where it's not making you constantly look over your shoulder and wonder why. I kind of wanted things more evenly spread out to me, and then just have the movie jump from point to point, not trying to be like, oh, what if, and what about this, and will he or won't he? It's just, and again, this movie might be the greatest thing you've ever seen. When you see this movie, you might love how the way it's told and how the way it's kind of just narratively paced. But for me, it was just a little too much on the slow side for me to really be like, oh, this is fantastic. If there was a little more of some speed behind this, to where we get to see some more examples of the powers being used, and him experimenting with himself and with other people as he does in the movie, I would have liked that a lot. I would have liked that a lot more. And again, this movie does have substance to it. It is good. It is worth the watch. You should go see this. I do recommend it. However, either A, lower your expectations just a little bit, or just know that this is not your typical superhero movie with a lot of action. Nor is it your horror movie with a lot of action either. It is just a suspense mystery that has horror elements, superhero elements. That's the best way I could describe it. So yeah, that is my review of Brightburn. I hope you liked this video. If you did, comment, share, like, subscribe, and you should definitely go check this out, because for all you independent creators out there, this is a love letter to us, to the people that want to get into this industry, or who want to write a book or make music and aren't really sure if their ideas are any good, or don't know what to do with their ideas. James Gunn and family just decided, hey, we have this idea, we're going to do our best job on this, we're going to shop it around, and now it's in theaters, and you should definitely go see it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.